president can't come. And me a think about cool, wow, go back in a school. The system lick me, there's no hope for those who have not from the slum. Take the little much we have, still hunting we down. When we show some love, when we get back some now. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Every man should know. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man?
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. We are here again in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, coming to you live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole. Coming to you live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole here in the beautiful territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. You're listening to The Proven Truth. You're listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown. And as usual, to participate in the program, to participate in the show, to let your voice be heard, you can dial us at 504-303-8922. Again, to participate in the show, to let your voice be heard, you can call us at 504-303-8922. You can also listen to us from your device of choice by calling 712-432-7883. You can also check us out on the web by going to www.radiogumbocreole.net. Again, that's www.radiogumbocreole.net. We live stream, family, this and every show on the Facebook. We live stream this and every show on the Facebook. You can check us out on the Facebook by going to Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. Again, going to Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. And you can check us out on the Facebook. You can also participate on Facebook by posing questions. You can join the conversation by we acknowledging you and make your guest on the show, or just leave a comment, or give us a like, participate. Again, family, it's a beautiful day here. It's raining outside. It's on the chill side, but we have no complaint. We have no complaint. There are different seasons, different times, different weather. We appreciate the change in the weather. That's how our God chose to design his world. One day give us rain, one day give us the sunshine, one day give us snow, one day give us a Hurricane Katrina. That's our God. Our God chose to do what he chose to do. And that's it, family. To my brothers and sisters all over the diaspora, much love. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings to ourselves and to our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States. The United States Constitution. All government of rights originates with the people, is founded on their will alone, and is instituted to protect the rights of the individual and for the good of the whole. Its only legitimate ends are to secure justice for all, preserve peace, protect the rights, and promote the happiness and general welfare of the people. The Louisiana Constitution of 1974, that document to which is still in full force and effect today, family. Let no one tell you otherwise. Let no public official tell you otherwise. The Constitution, both of them, the United States Constitution and the Constitution of Louisiana, is still in full force and effect today as we speak. Even though we got political cronies who don't think it necessary to honor this document. This document which we the people created for them. I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, that this document is still in full force and effect today. And if we the people don't stand and act in our rightful capacity as the bosses or as the author of this document, then who are you going to blame? These crooked politicians, these cronies, Errol G. Williams, Mitch Bernadette Johnson, Paula Brown, Cedric Richmond. You can't blame these clowns. Blame yourself. Jewish, Irish, and reformers of all race have had their troubles and trials with their own people. So I am satisfied to bear the persecution of my own, that they may be free. Wow. We are standing on the back of a giant. Marcus Mosiah Garvey, New York City, January 13, 1922. We as black people all over the diaspora are living our life based on the works, sacrifice, and the vision of our ancestors. That's what we are doing. There are few among us who think that they have arrived, so they totally disregard the black massive, thinking that I'm at a place right now where I can control my own destiny. Yeah, right. You heard what Marcus Garvey said in the early 1900s? All other racial ethnicity had within themselves turmoils, but they stick with it. He saw it fit as a black man, as an African, to take up that baton on behalf of the black masses all over the diaspora and run with it. And it is with that understanding, that love, that respect of not only this brother, but our ancestors, that we recognize and honor a Marcus Mosiah Garvey, a Nanny from the Maroon, a Paul Brothers and sisters, let me stop for a second. This list of our black sisters that I make reference to is my list. My list. If you want to create your own list, you can go ahead and do so. If you want to create your list, come on the program and tell me your list of your black ancestor. Again, this is an open forum. We don't edit or sanction anybody from spitting their truth. We understand that these people are, I understand that these people are these ancestors. I know the history or what they did for us as a race, as a people, as a society. No, I'm not going to go into what these ancestors did individually. Not right now, not today. You know, we got something else on the burner for today. But every time I look on these ancestors, or I call these ancestors' name, it's like something inside of me just boil. When you think about a nanny from the Maroon, let me tell you guys something real quick about a nanny from the Maroon. Those of you who don't know, I say I'm not going to go into this, but who don't know about a nanny from the Maroon. A nanny from the Maroon, or a nanny, it's a female sister, it's a black African queen, a black African princess from who end up finding herself on the island of Jamaica. She's now what we call a national hero there in Jamaica. This little petite black sister right here, a Maroon. Now, again, for black people who don't know who a Maroon is, you know, I'm not going to blame you because I understand the fact that you was miseducated. But just real quick, again, because I'm not going to go into it, but this black sister right here, she used military tactics against the British, against Spain, back in the 1700s when nobody, at the time there was, what the heck? Nobody couldn't believe. She utilized what our God, the God of heaven and earth that created us, give her, and defeated all these military mights. And again, it's with that consciousness that we recognize our ancestors. A Marcus Mosiah Garvey, a nanny from the Maroon, a Paul Bogle, a Fred Hamilton, a Maurice Bishop, a Malcolm X, a Carter G. Wilson, a Harriet Tubman, a Thomas Sankara, a Bookman Duty, a Toussaint Louverture, and a Jack Dessalines. Again, these are just a few of our ancestors who we choose to recognize at the starting of our program. We are here because of giants before us. Giants before us. We have black people right now who at one point couldn't, a matter of fact, walk on the same street as a Caucasian person. We had black people at one time that couldn't drink from the same fountain as a Caucasian person. We have black people right here in the territory of New Orleans who couldn't even vote, much less to run for public office, right here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. And here we are in a society like this one right here, dominantly black elected officials, an official like Errol G. Williams, that criminal who is calling himself the tax assessor and say that he's black, who is not using his blackness or his authority as a public official to serve the masses. And even when the error in his ways are being pointed out to him, he chose not to abide by it. Brothers and sisters, we are now starting a committee. The first meeting going to be next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. We are now starting a committee to recall Errol G. Williams, the tax assessor. We are actually at this point waiting on some documents from the Secretary of State. We contacted the Secretary of State. They're sending us some documents. We also contacted the registrar, the voters registrar of New Orleans. They were supposed to get back with us yesterday. They didn't. Apparently, they're still working on the numbers. But we are starting a committee, organizing a committee for the purpose of recalling Errol G. Williams. And for those of you who don't know Errol G. Williams, my brothers and sisters, he is that person who is now occupying the seat of the Orleans Parish Tax Assessor here in the territory of New Orleans. And in so doing, is creating the vastest homeless population here in New Orleans. Now, listen to me carefully. Errol G. Williams is not the only person who is committing theft and deception on the people of New Orleans, Louisiana. There is another person by the name of Mitch J. Lanjo. Mitch J. Lanjo. He is who you call the mayor of New Orleans. Now, Errol G. Williams is the first person who perpetrated the theft. He's the first person who perpetrated the theft by putting your property on that commercial tax roll. But we're going to go back. We're not going to speak about Errol G. Williams too much today. We're going to continue from where we left off at the last program, just to speak about the character of this person, Mitch J. Lanjo. Yeah, let's talk about Mitch. Let's talk about Mitch Lanjo for a second as it relates to his role that he plays in the theft, in the criminal activity of people losing their property here in New Orleans. There is not one bridge in New Orleans. I don't care where in New Orleans you want to go. I drive all over New Orleans. I travel all over New Orleans. And every single bridge that I come across, there is families living underneath that. Hold up. Back up. You caught that? What did I say a while ago? What did I say a while ago? I said families living underneath this bridge. Every single bridge I come across, we have families living underneath this bridge. Here we have a Mitch J. Lanjo. Here we have a Mitch J. Landry family who know that is action, or that the action that he's taking as it relates to giving a company by the name of Acorn Information System LLC, doing business here in New Orleans as civicsource.com, the authority to auction or sell people property is wrong. He knows that. He knows that that action is wrong, and he don't have the authority, nor do civicsource.com have the authority, the constitutional authority, to be auctioning or selling nobody property in Louisiana, not just New Orleans, family. Follow me carefully. Even though we are talking about New Orleans, yes, we are talking about New Orleans, this geographical landmass of how much square acre it want to be. But this application is bigger than just New Orleans. It's look, let's back up. There is a document from my Facebook family and my YouTube family. Well, for the listening audience, I have in my hands the Constitution of Louisiana. This document, or this constitution, was created for the government, for the three branches of government. The Constitution is that document by which every single elected official, call him governor, call him deputy governor, call him state representative, call him sheriff, call him city council, must abide by. Must abide by. Did you hear me? I said must. Even though they don't. And again, they don't because we don't hold them to task. So they're in a mockery of the system. They're in a mockery of the system. The Constitution, family. When we created the Constitution, listen, look, I'm going to give you a premise by which I need you to follow me. Let's establish our premise. So when we establish this premise or this parameter, you can follow my thinking process. Because look, your brother is somebody, let me tell you something about me, family. Your brother is somebody who use critical thinking. That's what I use. I use common sense. That's what my God gave me. My God gave me common sense, and that's what I use every day in my personal life and my professional life. I use common sense. Now, I know you have some road scholars out there, you know what I'm saying? And to you road scholars, more power to you with your constitutional indoctrination. You can talk to me. Your masters and your PhD and your... Let me tell you something, man. Look. What your brother use is common sense. That's what I use. And I don't grudge nobody for the... Look, I don't grudge you for your PhD and your masters and your bachelors. I don't grudge you. How much are you with masters and PhD come inside my office who want employment for me? Huh? Did I come to your office and tell you, look, I need a job? I got XP. Did I? No. Look, I'm not knocking nobody. But look, look, this is... Hey, family, look. Let's stick with the program. Let's stick with the program. When we created the Constitution was created for elected officials, politicians, and this document tells these binds or should bind or tie or wrap or put a barrier around what these politicians can do. That's what that document was created for. And within that document, we outline certain facts inside that document to these politicians. Like in the case of the Louisiana Constitution, Article 1 of this document outlined to the politicians our rights that we reserve as the people. And we say to you that, look, we don't want you to infringe or trample over these rights, and you must be mindful in your everyday activity out there as a public official not to come over here or not to cross the great divide and coming into my private affair. That's not your business. We employ you to stay on the public side. That means, let me give you an example. We as a people, we go out every day and, we take care of our personal affair, but we want to ensure that the water that we drink is sanitary, is good for our health. So we create this governmental agency and we say, look, I want to regulate our water system for us and make sure everything is okay. We don't have the time to take care of that right now. And look, this is what you can do. You can take, because you're working hard and we are generous people. We consider it. We know you're working on our behalf and you have a family too, so you need to take care of your family. Charge a tax and charge a tax, an avalarum tax, and have fun. We also say, look, we need light, we need utility, we need light. We create another department, we say, take care of our utilities. Charge an avalarum tax and enjoy yourself. We create a department we call the judiciary. We say, look, we gonna have complication out there, confrontation, and we want you, we're gonna call you judges to arbitrate to render justice into this whatever the situation is. And look, this is how we're going to pay you once you're in good standing. So what am I saying here? We create government not to come inside our house and tell us how to make love to our wife or husband or whatever you want to call it, or how to cook our food, or how to paint our out. No, we don't give them that authority. How the hell can they get that authority? Where does that authority come from? How they gonna come inside your property and tell you what to do when your property have nothing to do with the public? Where did that authority come from? We have what is known here, family, as a de facto representatives. De facto. Mitch J. Landro knows that his function as the mayor in giving the authority to our civicsource.com to auction people property was wrong from the get. But here we have a Mitch J. Landro who is going to the CEO of Civic Source and taking a bribe from the CEO in the tune of $10,000. Taking a bribe in the tune of $10,000. And because he took that bribe, this is what he did. He is now referring people to civicsource.com website. And when I say people, I'm talking about investors, their crew and their friends. People all outside North America to come and purchase the properties here in New Orleans at record pace. We're talking about this guy right here, character, Mitch J. Landry. Here we have a Mitch J. Landry, who a few weeks ago I was in a forum on Castle Haley Boulevard. He was one of the speakers talking about the disparity study. His argument was that he was destroyed, or wasn't aware of the fact that equity wasn't equal across the board. I'm in the front seat listening to this bastard, and I'm saying to myself, I'm talking to myself, to be honest with the family. I'm saying to myself, calm your ass down, Anthony, calm your ass down. Okay, Anthony, calm your ass down. Here is this son ever on the stage telling people, there are maybe around 20 to 30 people. There's this study let me back up a bit, family. There is a study that is presently underway right now in New Orleans. That what that study does, it's a what they call it a disparity study, and what it is they are utilizing stats to figure out the contract, where does the contract from the city and private entities go, how does all that money flow, who are the ethnic groups that get all those contracts and stuff like that. So it has to do with money, contracts, governmental and private aspect, and the racial divide as well, the racial and the social divide as well. Now here we have a Mitch Landry stating that, oh, he wasn't aware. And I'm looking at this fool and I'm saying to myself, I said, you know some clown? It's your day. You know, and I leave it alone. I was there with some other comrades, and we sit there and we basically was boiling in the seat, but we leave it alone. Here we have a Mitch Landry talking about the disparity study. Here we have what is known here in New Orleans as DBE firms, DBE contractors, disadvantaged businesses, to which the city of New Orleans, or Mitch J. Landry, is a part of, or the CEO of. That means when the city, when that body politic, that municipal corporation of contracts, of work that they need to be done, they're supposed to go and check their DBE list and take a DBE contractor from that list. Well, not necessarily true. Let me back up. They're supposed to put out the bid, that bidding process. They're supposed to request bid from those DBE contractors. Here we have a Mitch J. Landry giving his cousins contracts, Bourbon Street, downtown New Orleans, and qualified DBE contractors ain't getting work. And he's standing up here talking about he's so surprised about this disparity study. We're talking about the guy character, family. We're talking about the guy character. Mitch J. Landry, this clown team want to run for higher office. This clown want to be on the ballot in 2020 to run for president. Somebody tell him Anthony Brown to please do. Son of a bitch. Look. Here we have look, I'm just running through some stuff real quick. Just hitting on some points real quick. I'm not going into depth. I'm just trying to show, I want people to understand the character of a Mitch J. Landry, the person who is calling him, or the mayor of New Orleans. This person who is looking to go to higher office, 2020. This person who is a part of that criminal organization that creating this vast homeless population here in New Orleans. Follow me carefully. So I'm just hitting on some points, not going to depth. We don't have the time. Look, we need more than 2 hours to go into depth with these. Look. Here we have a group of people here in New Orleans who mobilize themselves, call themselves the Take Them Down NOLA, and who champion the cause to have all this white supremacist statue come down from out of the public place, you know, to the point where 4 of these monuments came down. Now, understand the concept. We the people put elected official in office to perform our will. Is what we say you to do, you must do. Not what you want to do. We give you instruction. If we say jump, you don't ask how, and you just jump. Here we have a Mitch Landry. So we mobilize ourselves and we say, look, we want them statue to come down. It was his duty, or it is his duty, to abide by our will. By saying, yes, okay, people in New Orleans, I hear you loud and clear, and it's done. Which, that was done. Those 4 statues came down. But we're talking about the guy character, people. Watch this. Here we have a Mitch J. Landry going all over America, talking to mainstream media, telling mainstream media, oh, look, I saw the need, or it affects me morally. It's morally wrong to have statue of white supremacy all over the public realm. And I saw it fit was to take it down. It's not right for black kids to be seeing monuments that represent a time in our past that wasn't equitable. You follow what I'm saying? He's going around America taking credit for something he didn't do. We're talking about the guy character, family. He's going around America telling people as a southern mayor. So. He's telling white America that he's a pace setter. That's why he's saying, look, as a southern mayor, I think it's right for me to take down these statues. Mitch Landry, you didn't do the job, my brother. You didn't do nothing. You're riding off of the backs of the people right now. You're taking credit for something you didn't initiated or started or even had a will in the beginning to do. What you saw, Mitch, was an opportunity. We ain't going to stay on that topic, brothers and sisters. We're talking about the guy character. This is somebody who want to be on the ballot for 2020. Right? This guy, because he took down these confederacy, going around America, saying, look, this is what I did. So I'm now qualified to run for president. We're talking about the guy character. We're talking about him in his official capacity as the mayor of New Orleans and his role in creating the largest homeless population here in the territory of New Orleans. And again, for those of you who just joined us, it's not only Mitch Lange. Mitch Lange by himself didn't do it. The first criminal or the first actor in this criminal activity is Errol G. Williams, the person who's calling himself the tax assessor. Okay? Here we have a Mitch J. Lange with properties in New Orleans that's supposed to be on the Avalarium tax roll and is not. Listen to me carefully, in the family. Listen to me carefully, brothers and sisters. I want to make sure you guys get this. I want to make sure you guys understand what I'm saying right here. Here we have the CEO of this corporation, Mitch J. Lange, who have property that's supposed to be on the Avalarium tax roll. And it's not. It's been hidden and kept secret. These are properties that's supposed to be on the tax roll that should generate revenue for the municipal corporation, and he's hiding them. I'll tell you something much more sinister than that. Because of these properties that he look, we're going to go into it in a little bit. Look, again, the name of this show is The Proven Truth, brothers and sisters. The name of this show is The Proven Truth. Not the Anthony Brown Show. It's The Proven Truth. And I employ any individual, any group, any organization, any government entity, any whosoever or whatsoever to challenge anything that we say on this program, or to debunk anything, or to prove anything that we say here to be false. The name of this show is The Proven Truth. What's the proven truth? That which is constant with facts and reality. That which is constant with facts and reality. Again, it's not our intent to drag anybody name through the mud or through the dirt, because we are the bosses and these people are our employees. Mitch J. Lange is supposed to work for me or work for me, but at some point he forgot that crap. Mitch J. Lange, just like Errol G. Williams and many others, forgot the fact that they are performing a job. These people see their position as a ladder to climb the political and social arena, you know what I mean, or status. That's what they see themselves as politicians as. Not as somebody who is doing the work for. You understand what I'm talking about? These people were put into office to do our will. Now they go into the office, and the first thing they do when they go into office, they form these elite groups and cliques. Now you can't even talk to them. You want to talk to them, you're going to have to make an appointment for 3, 4, sometimes months down the road. And then when you see them, they have so much blinking bodyguard and surrogate, you can't, you wonder what? And then the action that they take, don't ripple, the action that they take in office don't replicate your intent or your needs and desires. Here we have Mitch Langer with properties that's supposed to be generating tax or a revenue for the municipal corporation. And he's hiding these properties. And because of the nature of these properties that he have, he's using, or he has used his authority or his office as the mayor to increase tickets or parking lot what you call it, those tickets meters, just so he could generate more money. Follow me, people. We're talking about the guy character. So when I call Mitch J. Langer a crook and a criminal and say that he should be in jail, if anybody else had done just even one of these things that I may mention here today, your black ass would be in jail. Or whatever race he is would be in jail. Or whoever else would be in jail. But no. As I said already on this program, Mitch Langer ain't no fool. He's a criminal genius. Mitch Langer ensured that, well, Madeleine Langer, she just stepped down from the 4th Circuit Court of Appeal. That's why today we have a Dale Atkins who is, or who could win that seat a couple of days ago. He made sure his family members is on the bench. He made sure his brother, Maurice Langer, is in the U.S. Attorney's office. He made sure his sister, with all her ties and everything. You see, this guy, he ain't a fool. He put his family members in certain position so that any complaint or any attack on him, they are the first person to block that. I'm gonna read something for your family. I'm gonna read an article from for you guys. Presidential candidate Mitch Langer may want to take a long look in the mirror of honesty if he wants to step on the national stage. Mitch keeps the public in the dark on removing their monuments because that is his modus operandi. He has a closet full of skeletons. The New Orleans media has given Mitch Langer a long leash for getting about the balcony tax, your second property tax bill, the sinkhole, increased parking penalties, the traffic camera money grab, the proposed curfew for Bourbon Street, the NOPD consent decree, the crime, the blazant violence, and the murders. Mitch has baggage more people are unaware of. Secret property, well-hidden white supremacy, and an extramarital affair. Now, family, let's back up a little bit, just so we can. Okay, let's back up a bit. Now, this article I'm reading from family was published in in May 2017, okay? This article I'm reading from was published in May 2017, but it's still it's still factual today as well. Here they are outlining to you a couple facts in the first paragraph. The New Orleans media has given Mitch a long leash. The local media ain't talking about these issues. You won't turn on your Fox 8 and your 4 and your 6 and your News With A Twist and hear these issues that we talk about here. You won't hear that. Here we have somebody. Here we have issues that the people supposed that the local media is supposed to be talking about. The balcony tax. The NOPD content, which is still in force and effect. Well, secret property. You see what I was talking about a while ago, my family? Mitch has baggage most people are unaware of. And you see, that's one of the things we find, and that's how the media are, how Mitch. Now, we're going to read some more into this document, because this document also tells us that Mitch have a tendency in bullying the media. And for some media, for some reason, the media succumb to his bullyism. These people are gangsters, man. I've been saying it for some time now. These elected officials, these politicians here in New Orleans are gangsters. All branch of government. All branch. There's not one branch that's excluded. Look, we won't even go into his extramarital affair. We won't even go into that. We don't even care about that. But I'll say this. When Ray Nagin make mention of that he wanted a chocolate city here in New Orleans, I want to turn it back to a chocolate city, or however I use the phrase, he was chastised for it, and he paid severely. Now here we have a so-called Caucasian guy in a Mitch Landro taking advantage of a chocolate sister. Look, yeah, look. Here we have a Mitch Landry taking advantage. But you know, no, that's not factual. Let me walk that back real quick. I don't know if he took advantage of her. Maybe it was consensual. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's a proven truth. We ain't here to spread propaganda. Maybe it was consensual. But we know that when Mitch's wife, his Caucasian wife, find out about this relationship, she give him an ultimatum. We know that what they call it, the bastard child that Mitch have with this sister, they put up for adoption. We know that, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. We have more serious issues to talk about. Let's read a little bit more, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Property is an okay. Let's hold up a bit. Okay. Especially property owned by Mitch Landry and his family that he tried to hide from the public. Decades back, the Landry family made a property investment in parking lots. Listen, family. One clump of lots on O'Keefe Avenue. O'Keefe, that's Okeefe. O'Keefe Avenue, and one on Gerard Street. The origin is unclear. Shirley Landry said she could not remember whether Shirley Landry, I think that's Miss Landry, other sister. Okay? whether in 1994 her father, former mayor Mootlander, purchased the properties, or if she and her 8 siblings paid for them. No, that's crap. Or you can't remember something like that. If your father did it when he was a mayor, or if you guys did it. But that's irrelevant. Talk about elite people problems. The group name 9 Line, in quotation, lists Mayor Mitch Lange as an officer of the company on the Secretary of State website. The New Orleans media has only mentioned the Lange lots once. In July 2013, Tyler Bridges of the Lens wrote about the South Market development, as did we at the Haywood. The Landry's parking lot and O'Keefe's was classified for tax exemption, and Bridges inquired about it being conflict of interest. That's what we want to get to, family. That's what we want to get to. Here we have Mitch Lange, right? Mitch Lange owning property here in New Orleans. That's supposed to be on the tax roll, the Avalarum tax roll. You're emphasizing that word Avalarum. That's a key word, that word Avalarum. And let no one fool you. Word has meaning. Here we have Mitch Lange. And so, having a property that's required to be on the tax roll, having tax exemption status. Who give him that? Who give him that tax exemption status? Who is the person calling himself the Orleans Parish Tax Assessor since 1985? Who? So here we have a mayor with property that's supposed to be on the tax roll. Number one, he's keeping it secret. He's hiding it from the public. He don't want the public to know about it. Okay? Look, we're going to read a little bit more because I want you guys to see something. I want you to see that because of these properties that Mitch Angel have and the revenue that they are generating from these properties, how they utilize their office to reign financial tyranny on the people of New Orleans. I'm going to show you. Read with me a little bit. Okay, the mayor and the aide told the Lens. Hey, look, this is what this is the quotation when certain journalists approach Mitch about this situation right here. Now, again, family, we're talking about his character. We're talking about the character of Mitch J. Lange. We're talking about the character. All we're talking about is the character of Mitch J. Lange. This person who is, for the past 2 terms or 8 years, been collecting a salary from the people of New Orleans wrongfully or with no consideration to the will of the people. He's collecting a salary from the people of New Orleans and at the same time violating the people of New Orleans and robbing them and creating financial tyranny. Listen to this before we go to our break. The mayor and an aide told the Lens that the issue wasn't worth writing about. Quote, the consequence of you writing that story is people will question my integrity, Lange told the Lens in an interview. I don't see the story, unquote. people will question your integrity, Mitch? That's your concern?
Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no want none of devil control. God does me guide when me a play life role. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting of the Almighty more and more. Me no want none of devil control. God does me guide when me a play. Where me love him all him kingdom me a go tour. Love me so much me want to kick off the door. Just for receiving more and more. Every day he then broke out like a sword. Good over evil and Tony be sure. Now live a Kingston but me live a Portmore. When me meditate upon the seashore. Talking to the rich and also to the poor. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life role. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play. I lift my hands to the hills, come and health. I no longer worship vanity now health. Use up me shoes and buckle on me belt. And pound me leather when me tilt off me felt. Like a butt against and that's a deed and a melt. With them right it no two years wrong. Almighty God is a living man, don't you overstand. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life road. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play. Look how much black people like on the chain. After them release the shackle and chain. We no education, that's what we obtain. Them one we worshiping at the wrong name. On no Babylon and I go lose on no fame. Now go drink no wine, we not go sniff no cocaine. Rastafari we come to proclaim. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life role. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play. Where me love him and him kingdom me a go tour. Love me so much me want to kick off the door. Just for receiving more and more. Every day he then broke out like a sword. Good over evil and Tony be sure. Now live a Kingston but me live a Portmore. When me meditate upon the seashore. Talking to the rich and also to the poor. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no man and no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life role. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no man. I ain't defend the down person, it's a must. You don't need a hand I fight now first. Cause everything that's in them rightful won't belong to us. My father don't tell I and I, everything shall fall to I and I, it's a must. So Babylon set the liberty, every day another one bite the dust. My love, you don't have to say you're sorry for all the wrongs that you have done. I don't want to hear sad story, cause the damage already done. Oh, the damage already done. Broken bones and wounds need tender repair. say you're sorry for all the wrongs that you have done. I know others and story, cause the damage already done. Oh, the damage already done. Everybody wants their peace of mind, trying to justify how they deal with mankind. Sometimes I wonder how they sleep at night time, when all the damage already done. Oh, the damage already done. Stop and listen a while to meditation style, going straight to your mind, to your wicked and wild. Only way you can deal with these vibes is to free up your soul and mind. You don't have to say you're sorry for all the wrongs that you have done. I know others are story, cause the damage already done. Oh, the damage.
You have been listening to Anthony B. The damage have already been done. That's an artist from the island of Jamaica. The name of the artist is Anthony B, my namesake. The damage. We don't want your apology, Mitch Lanjo. We don't want your apology, Errol G. Williams. We don't want your apology, CivicSource.com. You guys did what you guys did, knowing it was wrong, and in so doing, creating the largest homeless population here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. You guys are ripping family apart. We don't want your apology. What good is your apology to us? What good is your apology to us, Mitch Lanjo? When because of your criminal action, we got people here that's losing their property, that's property been in the family for generations, over 4 generations. Right now they got people coming to them telling them, oh look, we acquire your property through a tax sale. We don't want your sorry from you, Mitch Lanjo. What's good is that to somebody who is now homeless? Or somebody who had a piece of property in their family for generations. And because of your greed, these people right now are fighting to keep what is rightfully theirs. Fighting to keep what is rightfully theirs. You took an oath to the Constitution. You have a fiduciary duty to we the people to protect what is rightfully ours. We don't want your apology or to hear sorry. No, family, I'm not saying that any of these criminal bastards apologize. They haven't. And they are too arrogant to do that too. My brother White here just sing the song a while ago. We don't want to hear sorry because the damage is already done. And we recognize that fact. We have people right here, family, losing their property in total violation of this document right here. Total violation of this document right here. If there's anybody out there right now within the territory of Louisiana, who lose a piece of property because of this, okay, who lose a piece of property that you call your home, your house, that place where you raise your family, that place where you go home to after a hard day's work. If there's anybody out there within the territory of Louisiana that has happened to, and before you lose that property, you were granted due process of law, as noted in Article 1, Section 2 of the Constitution, call your brother and let me know. Call me and let me know. Call me and let me know. They don't follow this document. They don't. The process by which they go about stealing and robbing. Look, that's what it is in a family. That's what it is. It doesn't matter who is doing it. What's the difference in the clothes that a person wear? If somebody put a gun to your head and say, give me your money, what's the difference? Look, post-Katrina, we have members of the NOPD. We have members of the NOPD who was downtown robbing people. Post-Katrina, we have members of the NOPD who was downtown New Orleans robbing people at gunpoint. We have members of the NOPD who was out in New Orleans East robbing store owners. A matter of fact, I think at this point, I don't think the executor yet. I think at this point, we have member of the NOPD who is still on death row right now. For not only robbing store owners out there in New Orleans East, but killing her partner too. What's the difference in the attire if somebody put a gun to your head and take what is rightfully yours? What's the difference if the person who is robbing your property is calling themselves an elected official, a mayor, a tax assessor? What's the difference? It's better the guy down the street rob you than the person who had a fiduciary duty to protect your rights, your property. Do it. Check this out, family. Check this out. The O'Keene Avenue lots have seen a nice bump in value. The city property record showed that Nine Land is it's a LLC. It's a limited liability company. So here we have Mitch Landreau, the mayor, and his family create this limited liability company. Register at the Secretary of State at 9 Land. 9 NINE Land LAND, right? And then they purchase this property. They purchase this property underneath that fictitious corporate and that entity. O'Keefe parking lot. They purchased it in '94. They purchased it for $295,000. We're talking about the mayor now. The mayor of New Orleans. In 2000, in 2013, the value was over $1 million. Over $1 million. After the development of the South Market District, the current assessor certified value of the several parcel combined is over $1.5 million. In less than 3 years, the Landry siblings increased their property value by $500,000. The big question about the lots centers on the code enforcement. The Landry lots and keeps do not have the fence/barrier required in the city code. We ain't going to talk about that aspect of it right now, but look, this is what I'm saying to your family. Here we have a mayor utilizing his office for a financial gain, not only for himself but for his family. A financial gain not only for himself but for his family. And in so doing, robbing people of New Orleans from what is rightfully theirs, what they work years to acquire. We have people who work years to acquire a piece of property, a piece of land, that they go ahead and they erect a structure on what they call a house or a home. And because of these criminal actors that we have here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, calling themselves elected officials or politicians, in the likes of a Harold G. Williams and a Mitch Landry, people are losing their property. Where is the outcry? You see, I just read to you a while ago. The local media fail. Well, according to this article, Mitch Landry have a tendency of bullying the local media. So, if that's the case, where is the backbone of the local media? You're going to tell me that a politician, the likes of a Mitch Landry, can bully you from doing or performing your role as a journalist? What kind of journalist are you? Or what kind of journalist organization are you? If the mayor can bully you to the point when you see when he's committing malfeasance in office, when the people who he was elected to serve or represent is being oppressed, and the local media fails to take action or to report these issues because Mitch is bullying you? Really? We cannot afford to sit by the wayside, family. We cannot afford to sit by the wayside and have elected officials reign tyranny on the people like what's happening here in New Orleans through a Mitch Landry. This is the same guy. This is the same guy, family, who is going all over America right now, signing his book, telling people about the wonderful things that he is doing as it relates to the Confederate monuments coming down. That's what he's doing right now, family. Going all over America, telling people about the wonderful works that he's doing. Looking to run for public office in 2020, to sit in the White House. With all this baggage, again, I hope somebody would tell Mitch Landry that Anthony Brown said, please run 2020. He's robbing the people of New Orleans. Here we have a mayor who took money, who took a bribe, from the CEO of CivicSource.com. It's just hard for me to fathom how deep this is. This is an issue I've been fully active in since 2014, family. And when you recognize that there's real people out there who are suffering right now, real people out there all over New Orleans who are suffering right now because of the action of these criminal actors. Mitch is looking to run for office in 2020. The truth about it, he's supposed to be heading to jail. He's supposed to be heading to jail. Mitch supposed to be on his way to join Renega. Mitch supposed to be heading to jail for all these criminal acts that he has done. All these malfeasance in office. Look, in one point, in 2008, family, in 2008, the Louisiana Supreme Court spoke on the issue of property tax and spoke on the issue of private company participating or doing any function that the government was or have the authority to do. Likewise in 2014. We're not going to get all deep in this case right now, but Mitch Landry at one point was a party to these issues. And Mitch knew that the authority that he's exercising, he does not have that authority to do. But as is outlined here, he's using his office as the mayor. And when I say a financial gain, I'm not talking that salary that he gets as the mayor of New Orleans. I'm talking about that greed. You ever hear the term American greed? Look, a Mitch Landry, just like a Ray Nagin, can be on that show. You watch a show, American Greed, where they show you about these corrupt people. This document right here, family, this document is the legal authority by which all elected officials should abide by. Article 1 of this document. I want to read something for you guys. Again, for those of you who missed it, We are actually forming a committee. The first meeting to be held next Tuesday, whatever date that is, to recall Errol G. Williams. Errol G. Williams is the person claiming to be the assessor for Orleans Parish. And we are recalling Errol G. Williams. One, is actually occupying the seat as an imposter. There is prerequisite that's supposed to be fulfilled before he takes any action as the Orleans Parish Assessor, according to Article 10 of the Louisiana Constitution, Section 28, and he haven't. And the truth about it, he haven't since day one. That leaving a avenue for remedy for every single person who lost a piece of property under the administration or under the authority of Errol G. Williams. But this is it, family. Don't think you're going to go inside these these courts and get any justice now when you come on to Errol G. Williams. The whole system of justice is not what it's supposed to be. That's the reason why we see it necessary to form a committee to recall Errol G. Williams. And for those of you who think that we are being harsh, or there is no merit, or there is no facts to what we are saying, here we have a document from Errol G. Williams, an elected official, who is telling us that he does not care about the Constitution, property rights law, nor the definition of words. So what the hell is he doing collecting a paycheck from we the people? Why we the people is contributing to his welfare or his well-being? Why we the people is contributing to that 3 or 4 car garage that he's bragging to everybody about that he's putting onto his house? Why we the people are contributing to him acquiring so much property? These people are using their position as elected officials, as politicians, for a financial gain outside of what we the people assign them. Here we have Errol G. Williams acquiring. Errol G. Williams have property as well. Look, I was going to stick with Mitch, but Errol G. Williams have property as well that is nowhere to be found on the tax roll. Errol G. Williams, the Orleans Parish Tax Assessor, has property like Mitch Lanjo that is nowhere to be found on the tax roll. Now they will take every single red cent from you and claim that you owe them money when there is no requirement for the property that they are charging you to be on the tax roll. And when they have property that's supposed to be on the tax roll, is not on the tax roll. Family, you see the type of people that we are dealing with? Do you see the type of people that we are dealing with? who we are contributing to their well-being, their welfare. Here we have a Mitch Landry raising parking lot tickets, raising the tickets when you pull up at those parking meters. Here we have Mitch Landry with properties on Gerard Street and O'Keefe Avenue, hiding that information from the public and at the same time increasing parking meters just because he's going to be financially benefit from this. Now, if you out there think that members of the city council ain't aware of this crap too, you have a second guest coming. If you think members of the New Orleans City Council don't know or is clueless about these transactions, think again. This is what we're facing, family. This is what we're facing right now. We're talking about the character of these people. We're talking about the criminal conduct of these people. The criminal conduct. It's organized crime. We have a group of people calling themselves government. Calling themselves government. Who took an oath to uphold the law. The law, the Constitution, that's the law. They took an oath to uphold the law. They have a fiduciary duty to secure our property and our rights, our human rights and our property. They have a fiduciary duty to us. And they fail from doing that. They do that, they work against us for a financial gain. They want to increase their financial wealth. They want to increase their social status. And they want to increase their political status as well. Mitch Landry. Family. You have been listening to the Proven Truth. You have been listening to the Proven Truth with your brother and host Anthony Brown. Coming to you live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole. Coming to you live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole. Here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. To participate in the show, you can call us at 504-303-8922. To participate in the show, you can call us at 504-303-8922. You can also listen to us by dialing 712-432-7883. And check us out on the web. You can also check us out on the web. Listen to us on the web by going to www.radiogumbocreole.net. We live stream this and every show on the Facebook. You can check us out on the Facebook, participate in the Facebook by going to Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. Again, that's Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017, where you can participate. You can leave us your concern or your comments. These programs are also archived on the YouTube channel These programs are archived on the YouTube channel. So if you miss a program or a show, you can go to The Proven Truth, Anthony Brown, on the YouTube channel, and you can scroll through that. You can scroll through that listing, and you can review. Any one of the shows. Family, we are talking here today about not only the character of a Mitch J. Lange, but the facts that we have people all over New Orleans that's losing their property. All over New Orleans that's losing their property. We have people who are being asked to pay an extortion fee by Errol G. Williams. And that's what it is. For those of you who don't think that's what it is, or who don't have enough knowledge, you will get that information down the road, but that's what it is. When you are asked to pay for something that there is no requirement for you to pay, or when you are asked to give up something when there is no reason for you to give it up, and the consequence of you not giving that thing up or paying that money is that you're going to be losing something of value. That's extortion. That's the definition of extortion. That's robbery. So here it is, you are asked to pay a bill, and the persons who are asking you to pay this bill cannot substantiate the bill. They cannot substantiate the bill. They cannot prove to you that you owe this bill. However, if you don't pay this bill, they're going to take from you your property. And when they do it, family, they do it without due process of law. That's a key element in law, due process, for those who don't know. It's a key component, that due process element. It's a key component. I cannot come to you and say, man, look, you owe me $1. And there's no contractual agreement between me and you. And I just take your property, your home, your car, whatever it is, take it from you because I make a claim. That's all it is. It's a claim. It's a claim. They are making a claim. You owe us this. And if you don't pay this, we're going to take it. Now, the facts about it, family, if it was factual, if it was true, if you had owed Mr. Errol G. Williams that ad valorem tax that he sent to you annually, if you had actually owed it. Now, we're talking about misinformation for decades. We're talking about misinformation for decades. And we're talking about political criminal conduct for decades. It's going to take some of you some time to wrap your head around what I'm saying. Let me say that again. It's going to take some of you some time to wrap your head up around what I'm saying. This criminal act has been going on now for decades. So I understand the resistance or that lack of mental capacity to absorb what I'm saying to be factual. But understand the concept. If I come to you and I say to you, look, you owe me some money. The first question you're going to ask me, when did you borrow any money from me? Or where's the contract? Where's the contractual agreement between the both of us? And if I cannot show you that contractual agreement, or if you cannot recall owing me some money, you're going to tell me to take my ass back home. No. Can I see your Mercedes Benz parked inside of your property and just go and take it because I make the allegation that you owe me some money without affording you the due process of law according to the Constitution? Again, family, understand the concept. It doesn't matter who is behind the gun. If somebody put a gun to your head and say, give me your money, they can call themselves elected official all they want. But when they are taking your property, it doesn't matter if it's been in your family for generations or not. When they are taking something from you that they have no authority to do, and they are doing it with impunity, the people need to take action. There is not one bridge here in New Orleans that we don't have people sleeping underneath right now. Not one. Because of the criminal action and the criminal conduct of Mitch Landry and Errol G. Williams. These people ain't serving our purpose, family. They're supposed to be in jail. Mitch Landry is supposed to be on the top bunk right now with Ray Nagin. He's a criminal, man. Let's take a short break.
King of kings and Lord of lords, worthy to be praised. I ascribe to you dominion, power and praise. Through the years and years to come, you'll always be the same. It's me again, Jah, as I fall on my knees today. Help me, God, I pray, the one I need away. It's me again, Jah, as I fall on my knees today. Help me, God, I pray, preserve my soul. then you will see Pharisees and backbiters taking up in vanity. But I know you control my destiny, and from you all blessings flow. From yesterday, even today, and tomorrow, it's me again, God, as I fall on my knees today. And with God I pray, no one I keep away. It's me again, God, as I fall on my knees today. And with God I pray, preserve my soul today. My heart is willing, my flesh is weak, but still, oh God, I seek to walk your way, your holy way. I pray my soul to keep. Though my enemies encamp at me, I know I will stand forevermore under your banner, and for always in your hand. It's me again, God, as I fall on my knees today. Have me, God, I pray, the one I need today. It's me again, God, as I fall on my knees today. Have me, God, I pray, preserve my soul today. Glory, hallelujah. Bless my soul, oh God. Oh, Most High God. Say glory be to the Most High God. Hallowed be thy name. The King of Kings and Lord of Lords, worthy to be praised. I'll ascribe to you dominion, power, and praise. From the years and years to come, and for the race, it's me again, God, as I fall on my knees today. Have me, God, I pray, the one I need today. It's me again, God, as I fall on my knees today. Have me, God, I pray, preserve my soul today. It's me again, God, as I fall on my knees today. Have me, God, I pray.
Here I come again, Jaja, before your presence we singing. Yeah. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. You said I shouldn't hate or grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute. Let only truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, cause without you we can't make it. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us leave our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You're the wind beneath my wings, see me through all of the things. You lifted me when I was down, now you have me standing on higher ground. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us leave our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. How excellent is thy name, deliver us from sin and shame. Out of the mountain, babe, and settle in, you are ordained strength. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. Oh, no other help I know. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. Oh, no other help I know. You're the only way. God be deep. With you I wanna stay. Please don't go away, Lord. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You said I must live and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go.
Welcome back, family. Welcome back. Welcome back. You have been listening to The Proven Truth. You have been listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown. You have been listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown. Coming to you live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. To participate in the show, you can dial us at 504-303-8922. To participate, 504-303-8922. To listen to us, you can dial 712-432-7883 from your device of choice. You can also check us out on the web by going to www.radiogumbocreole.net. radiogumbocreole.net. You can check us out on Facebook as well. You can check us out live on Facebook. We live stream this and every show on Facebook. Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. That's Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. Okay, family. We have been talking a while. I'm getting a feedback in my system. It kind of show me. I share this with the family. I'm getting a feedback in my system, so it's kind of showing the whole presentation off. Something I'm going to check on, but look, we ain't got much time to go, so we're going to finish the show. We have been talking about the criminal conduct and the criminal activity of Mitch J. Landry and Errol G. Williams. More so, we basically was focused on not only the criminal conduct of Mitch Landry, but his character. It also his character. Here is somebody who is looking to elevate himself to higher office come 2020, right? So what is he going to do? Should he be on the ballot for president in 2020? And should he win? He is going to do to the American public at large what he's doing to the people here in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's what he's going to be doing, family. Right here, right now, as we speak, we have evidence, concrete evidence, factual evidence that Mitch Landry take money. Now, if you ask Mitch, he's going to tell that his campaign contribution. That's what his definition going to be. Now, there is no way you're going to take, and then that in and of itself would be a conflict of interest. Because here it is. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt that this is a campaign contribution. The fact that he promote civic source, it's in the press release, family. It's public record. Anybody can go and read it and check this out. It's public record. Mitch is a criminal and he deserves to be in jail. Not looking to run for public office. Family, as always, this is a brother, Anthony Brown, saying peace, much love.
Me what I am, was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should understand. Circumstances made me.